Hello and welcome to this episode of the Higher Ed Jobs Explained podcast, where we celebrate academia and bring education to everyone.
It's great to be back.
Today we're taking a deep dive into the world of professorship, what it really takes to become one, and what the job actually entails. Our source material today paints a picture of a professor that's way more than just someone standing at the front of a lecture hall.
It's a multifaceted role, to be sure.
Yeah.
While teaching is a core component, there's so much more to it. We're talking research, publishing, securing funding, mentoring students, serving on committees. It's really a tapestry of responsibilities all woven together.
It's interesting because the source emphasizes this commitment to research and publishing. I mean, it's not just about teaching the information that's already out there.
That's a key distinction.
Right.
Professors are expected to contribute to their field of knowledge, pushing boundaries, expanding our understanding. They aren't just sharing what's already known. They're creating new knowledge.
And that creation of new knowledge feeds directly into the world of academic publishing, getting that work out there in journals and books for other academics to read and study.
Exactly. And that publishing process itself is incredibly rigorous.
Oh, yeah.
It's not just writing an article and sending it off. There's peer review, where other experts in the field scrutinize your work, revisions, and the whole 9 yards. It's a demanding process, but it's absolutely crucial for maintaining the credibility and value of academic work. Many academics start their job searches on academicjobs.com while still in graduate school in anticipation of this next step.
So aspiring professors out there, take note. Publication is a key part of this journey. Now let's talk about that journey. Our source lays out a pretty clear roadmap, starting with a bachelor's degree, then typically a master's degree, and culminating in a PhD.
It's a significant commitment of time and dedication, no doubt.
Oh, yeah.
And that doctorate in particular involves years of focused study and research, culminating in a dissertation that's a substantial contribution to the field.
You're really diving deep into a very specific area to become an expert.
Precisely.
Okay.
And that depth of knowledge is what qualifies you to teach at the university level, to guide students in that area. Of course, not every teaching role requires a PhD. Adjunct professors, for instance, often only need a master's degree to teach.
So there are different entry points depending on the type of institution and the specific teaching role.
Right. And it's worth noting that the competition for those coveted tenure-track positions at universities can be fierce, especially at institutions like those advertising on academicjobs.com.
Which brings us back to the importance of those publications and the research experience you were talking about. They become critical for standing out.
Absolutely. Those are often deciding factors when institutions are reviewing applications on academicjobs.com.
So you've got this intense academic journey, but then our source throws in a curveball. It talks about the importance of skills beyond just the book smarts. Things like problem solving, communication, even managing people in time. You wouldn't necessarily think those would be top of mind in academia.
What's fascinating is that these soft skills, as they're often called, are actually essential in academia.
Really?
It's not just about being a brilliant researcher in isolation. You have to be able to work with others, communicate your ideas effectively, and manage the complexities of academic life.
Because we tend to think of a professor hunched over a desk in a dimly lit office surrounded by books, but you're saying it's much more collaborative and dynamic than that.
Exactly.
Okay.
Think about research. It's rarely a solitary endeavor these days. You're often working as part of a team, collaborating with colleagues, mentoring students, and navigating the often complicated world of funding and grants. Strong communication and interpersonal skills are vital for all of that.
And of course, teaching itself demands a certain level of communication mastery.
Well, for sure.
You've got to be able to explain those complex concepts in a way that students can grasp, engage them, manage a classroom, provide constructive feedback. That's a whole other skill set.
Right. And mentoring students, which is a huge part of a professor's role, requires strong communication and people skills as well.
Yeah.
It's about guiding students not just academically, but also professionally, and that requires a more holistic approach.
So it's not just about what you know, but how you work with others and navigate all these different facets of academic life.
Precisely. And you'll see institutions advertising on academicjobs.com emphasizing those skills more and more in their job descriptions. They're recognizing that these qualities are just as crucial as academic credentials.
It's a good reminder to those listening, even if you're not in academia. Think about how these skills apply to your own field. I'm willing to bet communication, problem solving, and time management are valued wherever you go.
Absolutely. Those are transferable skills that can benefit you in any profession.
Now let's delve into a crucial aspect of the path to professorship that our source highlights: the assistantship.
Ah, the assistantship.
Yes.
A rite of passage for many aspiring academics, and for good reason.
Our source explains it as a form of financial support that allows students to gain hands-on experience under the supervision of a professor. So it's like a win-win.
It is.
Yeah.
Students get financial assistance to help with tuition and living expenses, and they gain invaluable experience in teaching, research, or even administrative tasks. It's a chance to apply what they're learning in the classroom to real-world academic settings.
It sounds like a very practical stepping stone into the world of academia.
It is.
That's right.
It allows students to dip their toes into the waters of teaching, research, and academic life as a whole. It's also a significant advantage when applying for professor positions later on, especially at institutions like those advertising on academicjobs.com.
So it's not just about the financial support, but also the practical experience and the signal it sends to potential employers. It shows that you're serious about this path.
Exactly.
Okay.
It demonstrates a commitment to academia and a willingness to go the extra mile.
Our source even mentions that some assistantships provide opportunities to teach or assist with teaching, which seems incredibly valuable for someone who wants to become a professor.
It's the best way to gain experience in the classroom.
Yeah.
You get to develop your teaching skills, interact with students, get a feel for the environment. It's a chance to test the waters and see if teaching is something you truly enjoy and excel at.
Plus, you're getting feedback and mentorship from more experienced professors.
Yeah.
That's got to be invaluable for your professional development.
Absolutely. It's like having a guide on your journey.
Right.
Someone who's been there and can offer insights and advice based on their own experience.
Yeah.
Assistantships really play a crucial role in shaping aspiring professors.
They're highly recommended then for anyone seriously considering this career path.
Without a doubt. They offer a unique blend of financial support, hands-on experience, and those valuable connections that can make all the difference as you move forward. And you can actually find a lot of assistantship opportunities on academicjobs.com along with faculty positions. It's a great resource for anyone looking to break into academia.
So if you're intrigued by the world of academia, whether it's a professorship or something else, definitely check out academicjobs.com to see what kinds of opportunities are out there. It sounds like a great way to start exploring.
It's fascinating to consider what elevates a professor from good to great. We've talked about the qualifications, the skills, the experience, but there's often something more.
Yeah.
Something intangible that makes certain professors truly exceptional.
It's that special something that makes you remember them years later, the ones who really made an impact on your learning. What do you think those qualities are?
Well, for starters, a great professor has this contagious enthusiasm for their subject. They light up when they're talking about their research or a particular concept. It's not just about delivering the information. It's about sparking that curiosity in students.
It makes you want to learn more because you see how excited they are about it.
Exactly. Their passion is infectious, and it inspires students to dig deeper. And that ties into another key quality, the ability to make even complex topics accessible and engaging.
Even the most intricate concepts can suddenly click when they're explained in a clear and compelling way. I've definitely had professors who could break down a complicated idea and make it feel understandable.
A great professor has a gift for that. They can take those complex ideas, break them down into manageable pieces, use relatable examples, even inject a bit of humor to keep things interesting. They make learning enjoyable, not just a chore.
I think a genuine care for their students' success is another hallmark of a great professor. It's going beyond just teaching the material, mentoring students, offering guidance, celebrating their achievements.
It's about being invested in their students' growth, both academically and personally. And that creates a supportive learning environment where students feel comfortable asking questions, taking risks, and pushing their own boundaries. They know they have someone in their corner.
And that often involves being approachable and accessible outside of the classroom, making time for office hours, responding to emails thoughtfully, being available to offer support and advice.
It's about fostering that sense of community.
Yeah.
Creating a space where students feel valued and respected, it makes a huge difference.
It's interesting how these qualities extend beyond the traditional image of a professor as a solitary scholar. It's about being a teacher, a mentor, a guide, even a collaborator.
It's a multifaceted role that requires a unique blend of intellectual rigor, interpersonal skills, and that genuine passion we were talking about.
And it's a role that's constantly evolving as the academic landscape itself changes.
Speaking of which, how do you think technology is impacting the role of a professor? It's a great question. Technology is definitely transforming the way we teach and learn, and professors are adapting to these changes in really innovative ways. Think about the rise of online courses, virtual reality labs, interactive learning platforms. They're all changing the game.
Those tools can enhance the learning experience, make it more engaging and accessible, even personalized.
Exactly. They can also help professors connect with students in new and meaningful ways. But it's important to strike that balance between embracing new technologies and preserving the core values of education. We don't want to lose sight of that human connection that's so essential to learning.
Technology should complement and enhance teaching, not replace it.
Right. It's about using it thoughtfully and purposefully to create a richer and more engaging learning environment. And that requires professors to be adaptable, innovative, and willing to embrace those new ways of teaching and learning. Adjunct professors, who often teach at multiple institutions, may find that these technologies make it easier for them to manage their courses and students.
So the role of a professor isn't static, it's
Right.
dynamic, it's evolving, and that's what makes it so exciting and challenging.
Absolutely. It's a career path for those who are passionate about knowledge, about teaching, about making a difference in the world.
And for those who are up for that challenge, academicjobs.com can be a valuable resource for finding positions that align with their interests and goals. It's a great platform for exploring that diverse landscape of higher education and connecting with institutions that are seeking talented and dedicated individuals.
Whether you're an aspiring professor or a seasoned academic, academicjobs.com can help you navigate the job market and find opportunities that match your expertise and aspirations.
So it's worth checking it out if you're interested in pursuing a career in this vibrant and rewarding field. We've talked about the qualities of a great professor, but what about the less obvious qualities that elevate them from good to exceptional?
Those less obvious qualities are often the most impactful. What comes to mind for you?
For me, it's the professors who make you feel seen and heard, the ones who challenge you to think differently, and who inspire a genuine love of learning. They go beyond just teaching the subject matter. They nurture your intellectual curiosity and help you grow as a person. I'm curious to hear what qualities stand out to our listeners.
Hmm.
What experiences have shaped your views on what makes a professor truly great?
We'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Head over to academicjobs.com and share your insights. It's always enriching to hear from those who've experienced the transformative power of education firsthand.
Now let's shift gears a bit and talk about some of the realities of pursuing a career in academia. Our source hints at the competitive nature of the field. It's not always an easy path.
That's true. Securing a tenure-track position at a university, especially at a prestigious institution, can be incredibly challenging. There are often far more qualified candidates than there are open positions, which makes the competition fierce.
And the application process itself can be incredibly rigorous. We're talking multiple rounds of interviews, presentations, research proposals, even teaching demonstrations to showcase your abilities.
It's a real test of your knowledge, your skills, your resilience, and your passion. You're essentially putting your entire academic self out there for evaluation. And even once you land that coveted position, the pressure doesn't let up. There's the pressure to publish, to secure funding, to achieve tenure, to meet the expectations of your institution.
It sounds like a high-stakes environment where your performance is constantly being evaluated, which can be pretty daunting for someone just starting out.
It can be, but it's also a field that offers immense rewards for those who are truly passionate about it. Remember, our source talked about the deep fulfillment that comes from shaping young minds, from contributing to your field of study, from pushing the boundaries of knowledge. It's about leaving your mark on the world.
It's about that spark of discovery, that aha moment when a student grasps a concept or when your research leads to a breakthrough. Those moments must be incredibly gratifying.
They are, to see your students grow and succeed, to make a real difference in their lives, to contribute to the advancement of knowledge. It's incredibly rewarding. And the opportunity to conduct research, explore new ideas, delve into those unanswered questions, that's what drives many academics.
It's a career path that allows you to follow your intellectual curiosity and make a lasting impact. But it's not without its sacrifices, right?
Right. The path to professorship, and really academia in general, often involves long hours, late nights, weekends spent in the lab or the library. It's not a 9-to-5 job. It's more of a lifestyle.
It requires a certain level of dedication and often financial sacrifice, especially in the early years. I'm thinking about adjunct professors who often piece together teaching assignments at multiple institutions just to make ends meet. The pay for adjunct positions can be quite low considering the level of education and expertise they bring to the table.
It's a reality that a lot of aspiring academics face, and it's important to be aware of those financial challenges going in. But for those who are truly passionate about teaching and research, the rewards often outweigh those sacrifices. It's about finding that balance, setting boundaries, prioritizing your well-being.
And finding ways to stay energized and inspired, surrounding yourself with a supportive network of colleagues, mentors, friends, people who understand the unique challenges and rewards of this path.
Absolutely. Having a strong support system is crucial, especially in a field that can be as demanding and competitive as academia. It's about celebrating each other's successes, offering encouragement during those inevitable challenges, and creating a sense of community.
And that's where resources like academicjobs.com can be invaluable. It's not just a job board, it's a platform that connects academics with opportunities and fosters that sense of community. It provides valuable resources and support.
It's a great way to stay informed about the trends in higher education, connect with colleagues from around the world, access career advice and mentorship. Whether you're just starting out on your academic journey or you're a seasoned professor looking for a new challenge, academicjobs.com has something to offer.
Well, we've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive into the world of professorship. We've explored the diverse roles, the educational path, the essential skills, the importance of assistantships, the realities of academic life, the challenges and rewards.
It's been a great conversation, and I hope our listeners have gained a deeper understanding of this complex and rewarding profession. If you're feeling inspired to explore a career in academia, remember resources like academicjobs.com are there to support you every step of the way.
You can find current higher education job openings, including positions for aspiring and experienced professors, at academicjobs.com. It's a fantastic platform to help you connect with opportunities, find mentors, and build a fulfilling career in the world of higher education. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. Until next time, keep learning, keep exploring, and keep striving to make a difference in the world.